Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here today. As always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, it is a timeless message and can represent past, present or future depending on where you're at on your healing journey. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. And for the ease of channeling, I am going to use the pronouns he or she, but by all means swap them out if they don't resonate for you. Okay, so the message that I've got coming through is that you can't be silenced, and that every attempt to silence you will not prevail. Okay, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, because you're here to lovingly call out the bullshit. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look and tap into that energy. What I'm picking up on is somebody's got a lot of regret and sadness when it comes to their past choices, actions, decisions when it came to you, the collective. Somebody didn't choose wisely. Okay, somebody didn't choose wisely, and they're now trapped in fear of being exposed for something that they did. Okay, feels like somebody lied about something. Somebody either lied to you or lied about you. Okay, that there's some sort of lie. We have balance. Okay, this feels like karmic debts being repaid. Okay, whoever this is, whoever is in this regret and sadness, it doesn't feel like they're sorry for what they've done. It feels like they're sorry because they've got caught out and karma's coming for them. Okay, because as that card flipped, I heard the tables flipped. Okay, the tables have turned. Yeah, this feels very much like somebody's regretting their past choices when it comes to you, because you're having a new beginning. You're having a new beginning. They can't stop your new beginning, no matter how much they try. No matter how much they try, they cannot silence you. They cannot stop you having a new beginning. I'm just a little bit confused at the minute how this ties in to you being silenced, because the energy feels a little bit different from when I started. The energy of the message that came through feels very different to the energy of the cards at the moment. So we're going to keep going, see what comes out. Okay. Ah, okay. So this person is trapped in fear because you're having a new beginning. You're stepping forward. You're stepping forward. You're coming out of the shadows, okay? And what I mean by that is you're not afraid to be seen, okay? You're coming out of hermit. You're not afraid to show the world who you are. You're not afraid to be seen for who you are. You're not worrying about who's going to... Like when I said, like, the message coming through is that you're here to lovingly call out the bullshit. You know people are going to get triggered by you. That's not your fault, okay? You're not going out of your way to trigger people. You understand your purpose is that you're triggering people to bring forth their healing, okay? Some people are going to welcome that with open arms, others are not, all right? But there's something about you being on purpose, you being in this energy that has somebody trapped in fear because their energy, because they made choices and decisions towards you in the past. They thought they were getting away with it because you've kind of been in hermit mode, you've kept to yourself. Now you're coming out and being... They thought they had you trapped. They thought they had you trapped, that they had you isolated, that they had you silenced because you weren't being seen. You weren't getting out and about. Nobody was seeing you. it feels to me like some people actually thought that you had passed over, and now you're stepping out. This could be spiritually, this could be metaphorically, this could actually be physically, okay? That maybe you've been in hermit mode for some time, but now you're actually getting out and about and you're stepping out into the world. You're not afraid to be seen. Somebody thought that they'd successfully like trapped you, isolated you, that they've got you in some sort of lockdown. Like, you may not even be around this person, but there is a person or a group here that thought they'd successfully managed to, it's almost like they tried to banish you, but they didn't just try to banish you from their own circle. It's like they tried to banish you from, for some of them, from existence, and for others of them, just like you haven't been seen out and about in the town that you live in. And so it's been easy for them to get away with things. Now you're being seen out and about. What they've been saying and doing, all their choices, all their decisions, all the gossip, all the slander, everything that they've been saying and doing behind your back is catching up with them. And as I'm saying that, I can feel like a panic attack coming on. This person is starting to freak out, and they're looking for ways to try and get you to go back into hermit mode. But it's your time to shine, and no matter what they do, it feels to me very much like, as I was coming on to do this reading, I kept hearing over and over, I always feel like the song, I always feel like somebody's watching me. I can't get no privacy. This person's watching you. This person thought, so you may have blocked them, you may have stopped talking to them, but you may have social media that they can have access to because maybe you don't know how to block them on it, or because you don't know their channel handle or something like that. But there's somebody who, it may just be that they thought that they'd successfully managed to, maybe you have a social media channel or something like that, like you're some sort of content creator. You could be doing anything, okay? It doesn't have to be tarot. It doesn't have to be energy healing. It could be get ready with me videos. It could be construction, cars, whatever it is, okay? Somebody thought they successfully stopped you doing it, that they'd managed to silence you from speaking out. Because this may not be necessarily with regards to your personal experiences. This may be just generally stopped you doing your purpose. Okay, stopped you speaking out. Maybe your voice is healing. Okay, maybe you're a singer, a songwriter, something like that. But there's something to do with your voice and stopping and silencing you. Okay, they thought that you were the one that was trapped, but they kind of trapped themselves in their own trap. They set themselves up. Because whilst you've been in hermit mode, you see, to me it doesn't feel like you've been in hermit mode as such. There feels to me like you've done a lot of healing, a lot of shadow work, that you've spent a lot of time on your own because you're at peace in your own company, okay? And you kind of relish being left alone because it enables you to do any shadow work that needs to be done, to focus on what you need to be focusing on without those distractions. Okay, there's somebody here in the background who kind of, I'm trying to find the words, they just kind of thought they had this like victory because you were isolated. They thought they'd isolated you, but actually you'd isolated yourself. You were hermiting. They thought you were like depressed and in this victim mentality. But what you were doing, even in hermit mode, they weren't even seeing you. Nobody's seen you. It's like you fell off the face of the earth because you went off to do shadow work. You went off to do your healing. But what they were seeing was that you were in victim mentality, that you were sulking, that you were depressed and miserable. But even not being around, you were still mirroring back at them what was going on with them. You were reflecting themselves back at you. They were seeing themselves. They weren't seeing you. So they've gone round. Everything that they've been saying and doing behind your back has exposed them for who they really are. But nobody has questioned it because nobody's seen you. Because you're not speaking up. You're not fighting back in the way they expected you to fight back. You're not defending yourself. You're just letting things run their course, knowing that when the time is right, knowing when to pick your battles, knowing when the time is right, you'll speak up if necessary. They've been gaily getting on with their lives. There's this smugness, there's just this energy, there's just this smugness in their energy of, they thought they were victorious, that they'd finally, that they'd won, that they'd silenced you. Because they don't like, there is something to do with you calling out something, some sort of bullshit. Right. You lovingly call out the bullshit. That's what you're meant to do. You go into situations, and it can be work, it can be family, it can be friends, anything where there has not been a firm foundation built. You go in and you expose that. But you're doing it from a place of love because you want better for everybody. You're showing people where the cracks are so that you can work together and build that firm foundation. Somebody didn't see you doing that. Somebody didn't know that about you. Somebody didn't have that realization at the time, so they tried to silence you. They tried to push you out because they didn't want to be exposed. They didn't see you as, there are just some people that just want to brush everything under the carpet, and this is what you came up against, a person or a group of people that just wanted to brush things under the carpet, didn't want to face it because they didn't want to look in the mirror. But even so, in a sense, what they're seeing is now, because you've walked away, it's almost like this is how they're seeing you, okay? This is not what, in a way I can see where they're coming from, but you've walked in, you've thrown the grenade, allowed everything to blow up, and you've walked away. But actually, what's really, and yeah, to a degree, they're kind of right, but they're kind of not, okay? What you've done is, the grenade had already gone off. They just weren't acknowledging that it had gone off. You went in to, for want of a better term, save them, but we're not here to save people, okay? That's how I'm going to describe it for the energies, okay? You went in to like wake them up. It wasn't to save them. It was like shake things up and wake them up to the fact that the grenade had already gone off. And because they weren't listening and they were just projecting and trying to get you to just be quiet, basically, you just went, okay, then I'm going to leave you over here with your BS. I've done all I can do. See you later. I will send you love and healing from afar, but I don't want to be in your energy. Okay, this energy is this grenade's going off. If you want to stay here and ignore the grenade that's going off, that's fine. But actually, I'm just going to take myself out because I don't need to experience that. I see this. I want to go and do the healing. I'm just going to go over here. So the grenade was going to go off whether you were around or not. But what you did was try to warn them. You tried to show them where the cracks were. And because you've walked away, they're blaming you instead of acknowledging that the cracks were already there. And actually what you came in to do was heal those cracks, to build that on a firm foundation. Does that make sense? So whether you were around or not, or whether somebody else had come in, that grenade was going to go off eventually. Okay, it was already like activated. You know, it's like I can see the collective standing there, looking at people going, are you going to acknowledge this or not? And they were like, nope, 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 it's all you, it's all you, it's all you. Tried to scapegoat you, and you've gone, okay, I've triggered you. That's absolutely fine. We could work through this. Maybe not like verbally telling them this. I don't think they would have listened anyway, but trying to show them that they didn't have to project at you, that there was another way, that you could work through this together. You were trying to show them in a way without showing them. You were kind of hidden in plain sight. So you weren't advertising that this is what you do, because you shouldn't have to, okay? It shouldn't be like that. Everything played out as it should have done, but not as it could have done. There was another option. You basically came in, this grenade was already activated, and you gave these people, on a subconscious level, you triggered it even further. You activated the grenade even further. And basically this person or this group of people had two choices. Either work through the triggers with you, and you could have pulled them out with you. They could have gone with you, and everyone could have escaped this grenade going off. Or they had a choice to stay there and let the grenade go off. And they chose to stay because they chose to project at you, and you're like, okay, that's fine, that's your choice, but I'm not going to stay around for this, I'm going to go. Okay. But either way, they're blaming you. You're not even around anymore and they're still blaming you. But this is what you do. You're like walking karma. You went in, and this is why spirit kept you hidden from these people. You were revealed to them, but not fully. Okay, you were somewhat cloaked, because if they knew who you really, really were, they would have outrightly chosen the healing. But they had to choose the healing regardless of knowing, if that makes sense. Otherwise, there's something here about, doing it for the wrong reasons. They wouldn't have, it was something, there was a lesson in it for them about not, because there's some sort of vanity around this group, this person or this group, something not, because it doesn't look how they expect it to look, then it can't be that thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've said that in a previous reading. You didn't look like a healer, so they didn't believe you were a healer. Okay. But that was a lesson in there for them, and that is why that you were cloaked and hidden from spirit, by spirit, from these people, because they had to learn a lesson around vanity and not judging a book by its cover. Okay. But now you're having a new beginning, and you walking away, they thought they were smug and that you basically, that they'd silenced you. They haven't silenced you. You've been carrying on. What you've been doing basically is what you were sent in to do with this group. You've redirected that focus and that energy onto yourself, and then helping the people that do want your help, the people that are willing to listen to you and understand that sometimes you're just not going to sugarcoat things, and it doesn't mean that you're attacking. These people thought you were attacking, but you weren't. You were lovingly calling out the BS because you want better for people. You want better for humanity. You're a healer, and they couldn't see it. But now you've walked away, you redirected that energy, everything that they were projecting back on you, you knew ultimately wasn't, whatever they were projecting at you and doing and saying behind your back wasn't your truth. You detached and said, that's not my truth. That's not who I am. I know who I am. I'm going to go over here. I do not need to defend myself to you. If you want to believe that that's who I am, if it helps for for you to think that I am the villain, then that's absolutely fine. Whatever gets you to do your healing. But I'm going to do it. If you're going to project at me, I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to go over here. And you went over here, you redirected your energy. So instead of giving to people that were just draining your cup and taking from you and expecting you to do the healing for them, you redirected that energy onto yourself, making sure that you were filling your own cup, making sure that you were doing your own healing, so that you could give to the people that do want your help, that aren't going to expect you to do it for them, but are going to let you and help them and sit with them and work through things with them. Okay, the people over here are the people that are going to understand that when you're calling them out, you're not attacking them. These people just thought you were attacking. They didn't see it because they were looking at you through their own wounds. So it's something to do with calling someone out for something they did or didn't do. And when I say they didn't do it, I don't mean that they were innocent and they didn't do it. What I mean is something like, I'm just getting spirit to give me an example. Just something about like not being there for you is them not doing it. Okay, so it's like this saying one thing and doing another, that basically they're saying that they're there for you and they support you, but actually when you actually need the support, they're not there. And it was something to do, there's something similar, or it might not be that exact thing, but something to do with calling them out for their BS and their behavior towards you, but they saw it as an attack. It wasn't an attack. When you call someone, if someone's calling you out on your bullshit, if someone's calling you out for your behavior towards them, yes, sometimes people are attacking you and you have to use your discernment, but most of the time it can feel like an attack when it's not meant to. So sometimes if somebody is unhealed and they're calling you out for your behaviors, it's going to come across as an attack. But ultimately, if that person didn't care about the relationship, didn't want to invest in that relationship, they wouldn't call you out. They'd just walk away. They would just walk away. So what I'm feeling here is that somebody, like the collective, you as the collective, brought up an issue with a person or a group. They felt attacked. You weren't attacking. You were trying to build on a firm foundation and realizing that it wasn't the cycle that was going on wasn't working anymore. And you may have given this person, in a sense, an ultimatum. From their point of view, it may have come across as an ultimatum. Do this or this happens. But it wasn't to get them to change their behavior. It was a warning. If you continue to do this, I don't want to take part in this cycle anymore. I'm going to walk away. If you respect me and you want to work on this relationship and you want to build on this relationship and fix things so that we can have a firm foundation, so that we can go forward together, then you're going to have to respect my boundaries. But boundaries aren't to get other people to change their behavior towards you. It's to protect your own energy. And it's to say to people, these boundaries are here. I don't care who you are, what you mean to me. These are my boundaries. You overstep my boundaries, I will see it as a betrayal. I will see it as disrespect. They're not meant as a form of control, okay? But this person saw your boundaries as a form of control, of trying to control them. And they, instead of sitting down with you and trying to find some sort of compromise, they lashed out. But I don't feel like they lashed out to your face. I feel like they lashed out behind your back. And that is when, that is a betrayal. That is when, for you, the collective, that is a betrayal. And now this person is regretting those choices and decisions towards you, because they thought basically what they tried to do was take themselves away from you, think it as a punishment. You may have said to them, your behavior towards me is unacceptable. I'm not going to sit here and put up with that. If you continue, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to continue to love you from afar. No bad blood, but I'm going to continue to walk. I'm going to continue my journey over here. You continue. I'm looking for people that want to grow and evolve with me into the best versions of themselves, who want to do their shadow work and raise their vibration. And if you're not willing to do that, that's absolutely fine. I completely understand your journey. You've gone as far as you can go, but unfortunately, you've taught me all that you can. I think I've taught you all that I can. Therefore, we're going to have to part ways. You outgrew them, okay? But they thought, like, in walking away from you, it would punish you, that you would be sad and disappointed and upset, and that you basically would go back to them begging, like, and that you basically, they'd be able to silence you, you'd brush everything under the carpet, and that you could have this new beginning with them. And you could have done that. But the same cycle would have happened. The same things would have happened again. This person would not have learnt their lessons. If you'd have gone back in, you wouldn't have learnt your lesson. You chose to learn your lessons and walked away. And now they're sad and disappointed, because despite all their attempts to come against you, to silence you, to manipulate you, to control you, they haven't been successful. It hasn't been successful. And there's something here about them wanting a new beginning with you, because they're hoping that you can free them. There's something to do with, yeah, there's no apology. I'm not feeling any apology. This person does not feel apologetic at all for what they've done to you. They're feeling sorry for themselves. But what they want is a new beginning with you, so that you can, they want to pull you back into this cycle, because they're realizing that when you were around, they were more abundant. They were more balanced. It's something to do with you balancing them. But what they were doing was taking your energy and leaving you unbalanced. But they didn't care about that, and they still don't care about that. They want you back in. They want this new beginning with you, so that you can take on their karma. And I feel like they actively know that if they can get you back, that they actively know that they can put their karma onto you. They're trying to scapegoat you. They're trying to get you to take responsibility. They're trying to get you to take responsibility for their behaviour, so that they can scapegoat you, and that you can take down their karma, and they can have your dharma. They can have all your blessings, your glow up, your abundant life, all of that. And it's not going to work. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every attempt will not prevail. Okay, intuition. You intuitively, you know exactly who this person is. You know exactly what this person is up to. You know, this feels to me like this message is confirming what you already know. All right, this person, you know, a new beginning is coming in for you, and intuitively they know a new beginning. There's something big coming in for you. There's a door opening. There's also a door behind the lady on this card too. The door is closed. When one door closes, another one opens. Can you see this one is closed and she's got her back to it? This one is opening. Okay. And it feels like that feels to me like portal energy. So it feels to me like you've opened up a new portal of abundance. When one door closes, a new one opens. On the bottom of the deck, we have heartache and loss. Yeah, this person's really feeling the loss. I just heard, well, they should have thought about that then, shouldn't they? They're hoping that they can gaslight. Feels to me like they've managed to do it in the past, that they were able to gaslight you into taking responsibility for something that they knew you were innocent. They knew you were innocent. This person or this group of people knew you were innocent, and they know they know they still know you're innocent. There's something to do with you being innocent, but they're hoping that they tried. This feels to me like they've already tried, but they're going to try again. They're trying to get you to take responsibility, and I've just seen something coming towards me and then it bouncing back. This is going back to them. You're not doing a return to sender, okay? You're just refusing to take accountability for other people's behaviour. You accept responsibility and accountability for your own, but you're not responsible for other people's behaviour. And in doing that, it's reverberating back. It's bouncing back. It's returning to sender automatically, okay? And it is going to come back tenfold. Everything that they've been doing and saying behind your back, everything that they've been sending towards you, is bouncing back. Which is why they're in this heartache and loss, because they're already feeling their karma, or they know it's coming in for them. No, they already know. They already know that they've started receiving karma. There's something to do. I'm hearing something to do with you're not returning. They may be doing return to me spells, or trying to manifest you back in, and it's not working and they can't understand it. They can't understand it. I'm getting Earth Angel energy off of this balance card. I'm getting Temperance energy. And protection. You're protected. You're protected from whatever this person is sending towards you. Because I'm seeing a specific person, but it feels like a specific person within a group of people. There is somebody within a group of people that is particularly heartbroken and upset over something, over you not returning. Can you see here, she's got like a sword on a necklace, on a chain, and I just have like the weight of their own lies is starting to it's starting to take hold. So it's like they've been holding on to these lies and they're the truth of what really happened for so long. It's starting to weigh down on them. It's weighing heavy on their heart. They know the truth. Underneath this heartache and loss, which is the Three of Swords, we have the Seven of Pentacles, patience and planning. There's something. They're planning something to do with the root chakra. Okay, now the root chakra could be family. It's abundance in a financial, like financially. They could be trying to come after your money. There's something to do with money. This person may have tried to come after your money and your finances, maybe even your career in the past, and now it feels to me like they're feeling the effects of this within their own lives. So they could be having money issues. They don't want anyone to know. Someone's hiding this. There is a person, a specific person within a group, or it could be 3 people, okay, with the 3 of Swords. There could be 3 people hiding the truth. Someone's hiding the truth. Someone's hiding truth. Is it truth about what they've done? Or the truth of what's occurring in their lives? Both. I'm seeing 3 women. Doesn't have to be women, okay? It could just be the feminine energy, but it's distorted feminines. There are 3 distorted feminines that were plotting and planning to take some sort of money or affect your stability in some way. This could just be your stability. They may just, if this doesn't resonate for money and finances, it was literally to throw you off balance, because they know when you're off balance, like I said, they know that when they're in balance, you're off balance. When they're in your energy, I just heard they're plotting and planning to overthrow you. It feels to me very much that somebody is having financial issues or own stability. They could be trapped in their own heads. But this is what they wanted for you. They wanted you to be unstable, because when you're unstable and you're not balanced, it's harder to manifest what you want. And when they were in your energy, they felt more abundant because they were blessed by you. But what they were doing was draining your resources. They really genuinely don't care. They just want you back in their energy so that they can do this again. So they're plotting and planning ways to get back in. As I'm talking, my left ear has started hurting. You have I was just about to say 7 of Swords. I don't know what Swords is. 7 of Swords. Sneaky. Someone's plotting and planning a return. This crow feels like someone's going to alert you to something. This could be spirit alerting you. So it could be that this message could serve as a warning that this person is plotting and planning to try and get back into your energy. You may already know this. They're going to try and do it sneakily as well. They're trying to get in on your new beginning. They're trying to be... Oh, honestly. Someone is trying to gain access. They may... Can you see how their face is hidden? Can you see how their face is hidden, but the moon is trying to illuminate them? Somebody is trying to cloak themselves. Somebody's been cloaked in your energy. Somebody has been cloaked in your energy, and because you're no longer around, everything that's been going on behind your back is coming to light. They're no longer cloaked. And they know this. They're no longer safe. Their protection, if you were their protection, you were protecting them. You're no longer protecting them. You're exposing them. You may not be literally exposing them, but just by not protecting them anymore and allowing them to face their karma, they were protected by spirit via you. You were their protection. They had their own spiritual protection, but there's something to do with being in your energy and being cloaked. And because they're no longer having access to your energy, it feels like you've like completely cut them off energetically on every level. There's no access. It does feel to me that they might be trying to spy on your socials. They're trying to gain access to your socials. It could be that they're trying to gain knowledge and information about your new beginning, about whether or not you've had it, whether or not it's come, how close it is, what's going on. It feels like somebody's trying to gain access to what's going on with you. Somebody wants to, something to do with validating their own intuition. They could be somebody, they could also be sending someone in, like a third party, to gather information on you. Be very, very careful who you share information with and what information you're sharing, okay? So I feel like there's something to do with a return. Someone's going to alert you to something. This feels like a physical. Pay attention to the signs, okay? You are protected. You are absolutely protected, but it feels to me like somebody knows what's going on behind your back. Somebody's aware, and someone's stepping in now, and they're speaking up. Someone's coming to you with some sort of information. Someone knows something. Let's get some more clarification, please. Justice. Someone's going to come in and confirm what's going on in this person's life. There's something to do with you seeing this person's justice. Justice has been served. This person is hiding it. This person's been trying to hide that karma's already hit. They've been trying to act like everything is fine, and it's not fine. It's going to be revealed to you. You're going to see their karma, and I feel like you're going to see it firsthand. Or you're going to find about, there's either something to do, I'm seeing someone receiving karma. Either you're going to see it directly for yourself. Spirit are going, it's going to be like you're going to be given a front row seat. Or someone is going to come, you on some level, you already know something is going on, and that somebody's trying to hide something from you. Someone else is coming in. For some of you, someone else is coming in to confirm this. It could be both. For some of you, you're going to get a front row seat, and for others of you, and you're also going to get someone else who's going to just confirm that even more for you. This reading could be confirmation. But there's definitely some sort of communication coming in. There's definitely a new beginning coming for you, and I'm starting to feel like really exciting. This is something really good. Something that you've been hoping for. Something that Spirit had to delay. Spirit delayed. As I'm saying about that, Four of Wands, a celebration, a milestone. Okay. This could be a wedding, a birthday, an engagement, some sort of celebration, okay, some sort of milestone. You've achieved something. You've put the work in, you've put the energy in. Spirit had to delay it, because they had to keep it hidden from this person and this group of people. Spirit there's some sort of, something to do with recognition as well. And I did say about you coming out and being seen. That in itself is justice for these people. These people are going to have to see, not only are you going to see their karma firsthand, they're going to see your dharma firsthand. These people are going to see. So spirit delayed something coming in for you because it needed to be perfect, it needed to be big, it needed to be bold. It had to be, it wasn't big enough, basically. Your manifestation wasn't big enough. They wanted more for you. Spirit wanted more for you. You are somebody who is, something about asking for the bare minimum, and spirit saying you're too humble. You're absolutely too humble. This coming in is going to exceed your expectations. Okay, I can feel just my heart chakra expanding. So for some of you, this could be I'm feeling this wave of unconditional love. For some of you, this could be a relationship. For others of you, this is a deeper level of self-love. This could even be a deeper level of unconditional love within a relationship that you're already in. So take it as it resonates. Okay. But this is going to, like, your heart chakra is going to blow wide open. You're going to feel the universe. You've been giving your unconditional love out, and the universe is, as much as these people are getting their karma tenfold, you're getting your dharma tenfold. Okay, the universe is about to return. All the unconditional love that you've been pouring into yourself and others is about to come back to you. You are going to receive so much. I'm starting to feel like overwhelmed, because it feels to me like the energy is of somebody in the collective who has, growing up, never felt seen, never felt heard, never felt understood. And it feels to me like that energy coming in for you is that energy, something that you've always dreamt of, just being seen, being heard for who you are, people understanding you without thinking that you're attacking them, connection. It just feels, I just can't even describe it. It just feels, I'm hearing that you've already experienced this on some level. Like, spirit have already given you a taster of what is to come. Okay, so take that as it resonates. On the bottom of the deck we have the sun. You can't make this up. You're going to be just basking in love, in light. That doesn't mean that you won't have shadow work to do, but you will be on a path, you're always on a path of love, but you will be learning your lessons from love now, with people that are going to help you grow and ascend even further through loving connections. Okay. This person, this group of people are going to have to sit back and witness it. They're going to be given a front row seat to your blessings. They're not going to allow access. There's going to be a barrier up so they can see them, but they can't gain access to them. Okay, and they're going to see your glow up. They're going to see you thriving. They are going to see you. They think you're abundant now. In their eyes, they see you as abundant now. They have seen nothing yet. You are about to be so abundant, and that's not to rub it in their faces. Okay, we're not rubbing it in people's faces. We're humble. But that's their karma, because they had a choice to have access to that, and they chose to take you for granted instead, and attack and project. And if they weren't regretting, if they're not regretting their decisions and their actions and their choices towards you now, they certainly will be. Okay, there is something coming in, a new beginning for you. I'm being very, very drawn to 11 here and the 2 here. Something that, for some of you, this is something that started in November that is going to be finalising. It reset, and it's going to be finalising in February. For some of you, this could be within the next 2 weeks, because 11 down to 2. So we have 2-2. For some of you, this is within the next 2 weeks, the next 2 months. But this feels very much like something between November and February. Okay, something coming that's been like the cycle. It feels like the cycle completed in November. There was a cycle completed in November, and the new cycle begins. Like it's in the middle. It's like in between, and then the new cycle is beginning in February. Okay, now I know the new year starts in January, but Chinese New Year starts in February. So this could be coming in with Chinese New Year, which is the year of the horse, I believe. So the energy of this week, I believe it was a snake year this year, which was transformation, and the energy of your horse moving forward. This energy is going to start, so you might feel like you're in a bit of a lull at the moment. Things might be a little bit quiet. Maybe there was some sort of like, things may be, when this cycle closed out in November, things may have got like a bit chaotic, okay? But it may feel like things are starting to calm down, okay? That there's a bit of a quiet, okay? But it feels like things between November and February, things are moving forward, and it feels like something to do with the Chinese New Year of the horse coming in, okay? But you can feel it, you can feel it. Okay, I'm going to close this reading out. Oh, do we want to get some more advice? Yeah, let's just go with some advice or guidance from Spirit with regards to moving forward. You're really going to start to see some changes coming in, okay? You may be going... Things may have been so chaotic. In November, starting to settle down now, and then things... So it's like Spirit are giving you like a respite, this time to rest and recharge before things... I want to say kick off, but I don't mean in a bad way. Like, things start getting moving again in February. Okay? The energy feels very, very calm, very collected, very balanced, very grounded. Okay? Take this time to cleanse and clear your energy. Make sure that you are protecting your energy, and be very, very careful about who you share things with. Use your discernment, okay? Because whilst we're in this feels to me like the void where things are being created, and this energy of being between two worlds. So it could go either way, but you are on path for things to manifest and move forward in February, okay? Provided you maintain where you're at now. Don't let the distractions distract you, okay? Don't let anything distract you. Don't let this person or this group distract you, okay? Don't let them make you feel guilty either for not allowing them have access to whatever this is that comes in for you. Don't allow them to make you feel guilty. They're going to try and pull on your heartstrings and try and lay some sort of guilt trip on you. And they could. Okay, Spirit is saying, make sure you've done your shadow work. Make sure, this is about cleaning up your side of the street, making sure that you've crossed the T's and dotted the I's, okay? Make sure there is nothing that these people can use against you. Okay? Because it feels like they're going to come in and purposely try to trigger you, to throw you off balance, to stop this manifestation. It's not going to work. I don't feel it's going to work. No, it's not. Spirit are reminding me about the beginning of the reading, and every attempt to silence will not prevail. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Thank you, Spirit. It's not going to work, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue to your spiritual maintenance, your spirit, like taking care of yourself on all levels. What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't, right, so when you master something, it doesn't mean that you go, oh, okay, I've mastered that, that's it, I don't need to do it anymore. It means you continue, you have to continue to be consistent, continue to maintain. It's about maintaining, just maintain. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. Yeah, you're not alone. Your soul family are coming in. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Your soul family, you're a chosen one, a golden child of the universe. Your soul family is coming in. You're calling in other golden children. You're calling in other chosen ones, okay? There feels to me like a coming together. Like you may join a new community, a new group or something of people that resonate with you, okay? We have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety and trust. Absolutely, you are protected. You are safe. You are protected. Your soul family are protecting you. I don't think even you are aware of just how protected you are. Like, I know you know you're protected, but I don't think you realise just how protected you really are. Somebody else doesn't realise either. They're going to be shown. We have baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. Absolutely. Continue to do that. Just trust your intuition. Go with the flow. Don't look back on the past unless you're reflecting on lessons that needed to be learned so that you can move forward, okay? Is there anything else with that, Spirit? No. Okay, we're going to close this reading up. Okay, we're going to close it out with some affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and used on a regular basis can really help to maintain a positive mindset. And they can help you to manifest as well. Okay. There's something to do with earth energy as well. You're going to feel a shift in the earth's energy, okay? Things have been a bit chaotic on earth at the moment. There's going to be a shift. Again, this feels like things some sort of cycle with regards to the earth as well, ending in November, and something coming in between now and February. This could just be energetically for now, okay? That this cycle, things have to start on a spiritual and they filter down to the physical, okay? So you may not see anything happening in the physical. This could just be energetic. There feels like a huge shift, some sort of reset going on. I'm hearing with regards to the world specifically, but this could also be within your own life. Take it as it resonates. Something within the next 2 years. We have I am resilient. Yeah, just continue to stand your ground. Stand 10 toes down, stay grounded. You are resilient. It feels to me like you've been through a lot. I am incredible. You're right on top of the chosen one, on top of the golden child. That doesn't mean that other people aren't incredible, but there's something to do with the energy, some sort of activation, some sort of frequency that you're carrying. I am attractive. On the bottom of the deck, I am awake. That's interesting because I was just looking at that as an activation. Something to do with children. This could be your inner child, but there's something to do with some sort of innocence. Something to do with innocence. Some sort of activation. Some sort of activation. It feels specific to children. Okay, Spirit have just said that there may be more on that in another reading. But there's something to do with children and like waking up. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Somebody's hating on you because you're attractive, okay? Somebody's literally hating on you because of the way you look. You may not see yourself as attractive, but someone is comparing themselves to you. There's something about needing to step out of your comfort zone as well. There's something you're still holding back on. There's something you need to look at, okay? Somewhere you're still holding yourself back. You need to take this time of rest and rejuvenation to reflect, okay, on where you're holding yourself back. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this reading helps. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.